Horses, welcome to UX, and this is my brain is going to explode. Yeah, something about Trump and Musk, I guess. Is it deteriorating? Musk says he's launching a new political party. Yeah, I guess this shit was happening against President Trump. I mean, technically he's just launching a new party, not against somebody, but yeah, that's what it is. It's against Trump. And something about something's happening in Mexico, and the sheriff is a national treasure. These are the three clips you're going to watch. Yeah, Asmo Gold is basically my daily American news, basically, because mostly American. Asmo Gold is my American news network to me. Asmo Gold News Network, American News Network, same thing. So let's do this one.
Elon Musk has officially announced the creation of the America Party. Today, the America Party is formed to give you back your freedom. Let's see here, by a factor of 1 to 2, you want a new political party and you shall have it. Today, the America Party is formed to give you back your freedom.
Just to be absolutely clear, this decision was based on a poll that received 1.2 million votes, most of which almost certainly came from people who aren't even from the US, and in fact, right on cue.
Oh shit, yeah, that's so true. I didn't thought of that. Like, not all of them are American, it is a million. So, what is the vote ratio? Is it like 80 million or something? Like, that's how many people, 80, 100 million, something like that? That's how many people vote? So, 1 million is not that much of like a poll, technically. And even that, most of them are probably outside of the US. So, what does that poll even mean? And is Elon Musk like over his head? Because of Trump, he had this like fame with not fame, like political fame because of Trump. But will people follow him actually? Like, because he's basically the richest man on the planet, right? Like, there are 3-4 people that switch places all the time. Him, Bezos, there's a clothes guy there. 3-4 people constantly shift places. Like, they becomes first, then becomes like second, third, shit like that. So Musk is basically the richest guy on the planet. Will people be okay with, like, Trump was a rich guy. Trump was known as a rich guy, but he wasn't rich. He wasn't this rich. Not even close to this rich. Right? He was barely a billionaire when he started, right? And now he's like 10 billion or something. Like, this guy's basically $200 billion. It's not the same thing. So would people be okay with him creating a party and shit? So I don't know. I feel like he's over his head.
Why don't we have...
Oh, wait, this is interesting.
Pull it up. Let's see it.
This
let's
post
take a
is from an account you muted. I'm curious. Who did you mute?
Mealy's Shong. Oh, it said Trump should be impeached and JD Vance should replace him. Dude, that's one vote.
Oh, my God.
Don't think for a second that I'll ever forget the people who talk shit about my client.
Where it's like the Libertarian or Green Party that effectively siphons votes off of its larger party that it's effectively a remora onto. It's a vote split, yeah, and there's historical precedent for this, and there's been no historical precedent that a third party has worked, and I think it's destructive. Elon and Trump should be working together. They agree on 9 out of 10 things, and the arguments and fighting between them only serves to weaken both of their parties and both of their positions. It's a bad idea.
Elon, what would you proclaim yourself as?
A socialist.
I knew it! Send him to Alligator Alcatraz.
Is that what you do?
Shout out to Elon Musk, the ultimate swag champion of all time. You are
Yeah. This is some next level shit right here.
our bro of the week.
Okay, look, man. Here's what I'm gonna say. Like, yeah, that is so true. Like, when you create multiple parties, that is your right, and that is like a more democratic thing to do. But there is a big element of that. Like, you're probably gonna suck out the vote from a person who could have actually done something, right? So let's say there are 5 different group rises up and stands up for like election. 2 of them are proper candidates, right? But you don't like them, but they're proper candidates. They know what the fuck they're doing. 3, like two of them are joke, and other one is like kinda it works, but it's like, okay, not kinda works. He's like good. People want him. But the reality is, out of the 3, 1 guy is like good, other guy is a complete idiot, and third guy there who knows a lot, but he's like a third party. Now, a guy who's really good would have won with the majority vote, but a lot of those votes are going to go to this third guy. So in the end of the day, if the split happens, the moron is going to get elected just because this third guy was there and people voted for that. So yeah, it's a democratic thing to do, obviously, like there is nothing wrong there, but it's also like you need to be more responsible. In democracy, is usually fall upon people to be responsible. Otherwise, democracy is very easily to, very easy to ruin, right? You can argue on technicalities that technically this is fine in democracy. Yeah, technically it's fine. Same thing with like a lot of like First Amendment and things like that, right? First Amendment doesn't mean freedom from consequences. But things are very loose because that's how democracies work. That's why like your founding father always have this sentence like it's self-evident and shit like that. Like this is commonsensical thing. I don't need to go on more detail than that. Shit like that, right? But when you like take things for granted, it's very easy if democracy gets crushed. So, obviously I get what he's doing here, but would Musk be big enough to actually win? Because if he doesn't win, he's just gonna like suck all the votes out of like Trump and Republican Party, right? Similar shit could happen in the Democratic side, like somebody else could rise up, like Bernie suddenly decides like, fuck Democratic Party, I'm gonna create another one of mine. And that might suck from the like Democratic Party. And obviously there's a big issue with like two-party system that US has become. It's either Republicans or Democrats, there's no third one, which needs to be addressed. But you need to be careful is what I'm saying. So yeah, there you go. This is protests in Mexico, rising rents and untapped gentrification from wealthy foreign influx. What? What is this?
Rioters in Mexico demand that Americans stop immigrating to their country and stop stealing their homes.
Love this
Most
shit.
people coming from other countries, mostly foreigners, who want to impose their culture, their prices, and displace Mexicans, the native people of these lands. Protesters in Mexico smashed windows and screamed at tourists as part.
So is Mexico going to build a wall to keep the Americans in? I guess Trump was right when he said like Mexico's going to pay for it, because I guess they will now. They don't want Americans going there as well.
Part of an anti-gentrification march. I'm here because gentrification is just one more step towards colonization, dispossession, exploitation of our resources. Demonstrators spoke out against wealthy individual nomads driving up prices, particularly Mexicans who stay in Mexico for 180 days without a visa, or Americans that stay in Mexico. So now they don't like illegal immigrants? Yeah, based. See? Yeah, it sucks, right? Kill a gringo. Uh-oh. Even I know what that means. Yeah, I went to a 70% Mexican high school, okay? I get it. I totally get it. Because these people come into your city, they have way more money than you do, they increase the prices of everything, then they run you out of the fucking city. Having national pride.
I think this is good in a way that most people, basically tunnel vision people who can see nuance. Oh, Trump is this Republicans as one, everybody's like complete racist. They don't want illegal immigrants, this and that. If Mexico does this, it kind of like evens the field. So people can say, see, Mexico doesn't like that either. And Mexico's also right. Americans shouldn't go to Mexico like that. So it kind of like evens the field. So they can't say like, oh, Mexicans are getting like screwed or something. Oh, they're saying the same thing. So these people who like have the highest voices, like, oh, we shouldn't remove illegal immigrants, even though it's in the name, they're illegal. So these people's voices are kind of get lower. They'll stop, protesting as much. They still might, but not as much. If shit like this kind of evens the field, is good.
And not wanting foreigners to come into your country, change its culture, its customs, and its traditions, that's normal. And I feel like the amount of guilt that people try to put on Western countries for exercising these same freedoms that Hispanic countries here are exercising, I think is ridiculous. Lots of white people? Bro, there are plenty of people that are Hispanic that have skin as white as mine. So aren't you black? I don't think so. I know one way I could test it. Should I test it?
Now we're playing with the big stuff. The N-word.
So what's this? The guy in the back is
Editors are insane. All right. I also don't like that element, right? Like who's like that company that is going bankrupt or something, who checks your heritage. Oh, I'm 5% black. Oh, I'm 10% Native American or something. This is like a way to get that, like this cards. Like, see, I'm also like minority. No, you're not. You're also like 50+% white, like from Britain or something. So, but basically Karens use that as an excuse, but yeah. So yeah, this is kind of like good. Like I said, if Mexico does that, like it becomes like praying for it. Like how is this even an issue? Like laws are laws. You can't have open borders. You're the biggest country on the planet. You won't be biggest country on the planet if you will go for 300 million to like 3 billion if you do that. Your country will be completely overrun if that is. Of course, there's going to be process. It's called immigration process. You can't have illegal immigrants. And if you do, you shouldn't be surprised when government actually clamps down. That is what they're supposed to do. This is insane, man. This sheriff is a national treasure. What is it about? Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd. That is as a country name as I ever heard. Comments after a massive trafficking bust and a Rolex ugly situation. Oh, okay.
Fighting for his life. What the is this?
Jason Bath is from 43 from Davenport. This is our human trafficking and prostitution folks. When he walks in, you think, well, I have set up a deal with an ugly woman. And I think you would all agree that this guy's an ugly woman, right? This is what you really get when the makeup comes off. You decide that you're going to hook up with a woman. She comes in, and she's already uglier than a mud fence. And then, as you start to engage, you find out, hey, this dudette is a dude, and look what he really looks like. He looks like he should have been in a Scarface movie someplace. I don't know. This is what's happening. People think they're getting this, and many times they're getting a real.
I think, to be fair, anybody who sees that should know this is they're getting. Like, if you can't see that, like, you're kind of stupid. And look, man, if they know what they're getting, like, it's not, why do I care? It's your thing. People have their thing. I don't know. I don't care. Like I said in the past, like, you want to live as whatever, that's your right. People want to like whoever they like, that's also their right. If it's, like, not catfish type of situation. But yeah, this is that, and apart from that, yeah, it's illegal. Like, what is this? Like, they took, like, trafficking bust, so, like, it's all illegal in the end of the day. But yeah, this, like, for the social element, yeah, they're like, people can do what they want as far as they're truthful.
Really bad guy. When you find him in the bar at night, you know, you try to drink him pretty, and you wake up the next morning and you see this. Yeah, that's what we call
Just look at the faces. This guy. Literally, when the bust happened, since then to hear the conference, probably 24 hours or whatever, in night before going to sleep, as soon as he wake up, he's just like going, all this lecturing was going in his head. He was just keep going, like, I have to say this. This, like, he couldn't stop thinking about this, and it's just like going off here. Is there a script to this? No, I don't need a script.
Rolex ugly.
Bro, this is the sheriff?
Rolex ugly is you wake up the next morning and they're laying on your arm and your Rolex is there and you just chew your arm off and leave the Rolex. You just got to get out of there. You don't care about the Rolex.
The fuck?
This is.
What if it's Omega? All right. There was a video about Federation where I talked about sheriff and how that's a thing in the modern time. Isn't that an issue? But after seeing this, there's also another element to sheriff, which is good, I guess. Since they are elected officials, in a way, they don't have to worry about mayor or governor sacking them, as far as I can think of, right? Because only people can remove them. So even though, like, like, there's a issue with sheriff element, where it's like, it's kind of like politician, people choose, it's not over merit, maybe. It depends, like, maybe all candidates are based on merit and people choose, I don't know. But at least there's positives to it, like, where sheriff doesn't have to give an F. Sheriff knows, like, sheriff needs to just, like, make people happy. Beyond that, like, doesn't have to worry about who's the sheriff going to offend. If governor's going to call, like, you're no longer the captain. No, I'm not a captain, I'm a sheriff. People can remove me. So there's also that element. I like that.
And so now, and you can see, obviously, things didn't go very well for this person. Look at what color shirt they're wearing. That doesn't look like the black leotard that they...
Yeah, that person probably thought, like, okay, I'm going to look like this and put the orange suit on me. Like, what the fuck you talking about? Get the hose, get the water here. And probably water down everything. Yeah, there you go. That's how you look.
Had on the night before. That's an orange jumpsuit. He's the Joker? Well, he's not laughing anymore, is he?
And I think you would all agree that this guy's a ugly.
Yeah, don't call, like... Even Joker would be like, God damn. So, like, let's not talk about Joker. Batman's Joker did not see any of this shit coming. Let's just say. Alright, well, this was like something, right? From Trump and Musk things. I don't know where that's going to go. I thought it was like getting better. Apparently, it's not. Where Trump is talking about deporting Musk. Mexico's evening the field. We don't want Americans here. It's literally opposite of that. In USA, it's like, like Mexicans coming here to get our jobs and getting all the money. Mexicans, like, Americans are coming here with all their money and making everything harder for us. It's literally like rich country and kind of poor country comparatively. That's the thing that's happening here. And yeah, this sheriff thing about I don't even know how this headline makes sense, but I guess in America it does. There you go. Alright, well, if you like my next one, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.